Hey, good evening and welcome to 10-Minute Travel Tuesday. I am George and Deanna is here with me. As a matter of fact, I think we need to switch over here. There are two of us tonight on the show. There we go.
Here we are.
Hey, Deanna is in Louisville. I am in Houston, and I am so happy that we still have a little bit of sunshine coming through the windows as we get more and more sunshine every day. And I got to tell you, when it's sunny outside, it always feels better, doesn't it?
Yep, feels like spring.
Yeah, welcome into 10-Minute Travel Tuesday. Where are we going to go this year? That's the question that everybody is asking. Any ideas where this is, where we're going to go?
Oh, I know. You're not asking me, though.
No, I'm not asking you at all. But we know that you'll want to know. And that's why we're here tonight to announce our first adventure for 2026. I know we're just starting out 2025, but we're already on to planning adventures in 2026. Any ideas? Which, by the way, you can tell us by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Like this post as you watch tonight. And then, Deanna, we always tell people we love it when they share.
Share.
Yep, that's right. Go and share right now and let us know by making your comments tonight where you're watching from. We always love it when you tell us where you're watching anywhere in the United States or around the world. We had a fellow from Ireland a few weeks ago that jumped on one of the shows with us. So we love it when you let us know where you are watching. And the last thing I'll say is subscribe to our email club. Now, again, we don't flood you with emails, 1 or 2 a month at the most. We always try to provide some value and tips there, as well as the information about our trips. You can subscribe right from our Facebook page. Now, we are George and Deanna. We are not, again, we always like to say we are not travel agents, but we are group travel enthusiasts. And our goal is always to make your dream trip, whatever it is, accessible to all and make it a reality for you. And that's what we like to do. And Deanna, we have heard so much about this next destination that we're going to be going to.
So many people. We did a little thing on Portugal back last fall. And so many people said, oh, that's on our bucket list. We want to go to Portugal. Well,
yep.
I listened, I pay attention, and we're going to Portugal. I'm so excited about this trip. I think it's just going to be fantastic.
And the places we're going in Portugal are some of the most amazing. And again, Deanna has worked putting this trip together with our friends at Colette, and we are so excited. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about the very first place we land in.
Lisbon. I was just going to mention real quick the dates and all the details, just real quick, just the nitty gritties. We're going April 26th of next year. It's about 10 days. We should get back the May, 5th, 4th, 6th, somewhere in there. We do come back.
I tell you what, we'll put all the details and the dates and everything in the comments below. So you let us know and we'll put it in the comments because again, I don't want you to get confused. What date was it? Some people don't like to write that down as we're talking, but we're going in April. We'll have the exact details and a link so you can look at the trip in the comments tonight.
Okay, good deal. So first of all, we fly to Lisbon. Lisbon is the capital of Portugal. It's where you really should jump off and start. And there's a funicular. Of course, there's a funicular in Lisbon. That's what we want to go see, right?
Every Lindsey adventure has to have a funicular, okay? No matter where we go in the world, we have to have a funicular, yes.
Right. So there's a funicular. My daughter-in-law was in Lisbon a few years ago and took some of these pictures. She had the best time and really kind of helped with us too. But first we fly to Lisbon, the capital. You'll get a walking tour the first day or so. You can get your bearings, get over your jet lag, see what's there. It's a beautiful old town. It's just gorgeous. Lots of World Heritage sites from UNESCO. If you can put up the next picture, baby, we'll see the Bellem Tower, I think it's called.
Uh-huh.
This is where the Portuguese explorers left from. So Vasco da Gama may have been through here. I don't know, but it was built in the 1500s. So I'm pretty excited to see that too. After that, we'll see the Temple of Diana. This is the best preserved Roman temple in Portugal.
By the way, all the comments that came in earlier when we showed this picture, and everybody said, "Oh, you're going. It's Greece. It's Rome. It's Portugal. Yeah,
it's Portugal. Yeah,
yeah."
So it's just really cool. That's in a little town, I believe, called Evora, out in the countryside. We do take a little day tour out there and see that. After the metropolitan area, we head to the coast. The beautiful coast there on it's called the Algarve. Let me butcher all these words for us here.
Yeah, we'll know them by the time we leave next year.
We'll know them. On our way out there, we're going to visit a local gin distillery. We'll get a tasting of the local gin, which sounds wonderful.
Yes, it does.
We'll also have lunch and tasting at a winery. We'll get a taste of the local wine that's made there. You'll have a free day on the coast if you want to lay on the beach or hang out or investigate.
I was going to say, not only are we getting to try gin and wine on this trip, but you have a free day, as Deanna mentioned, and also as part of that free day, there is going to be something that people can do or take part in.
Yes. Actually, this is the next day. On the free day, there's an optional boat tour. This is the next day. After your free day, we're going to head up into the mountains, and we'll have a traditional Portuguese picnic with traditional Portuguese fried finger foods and tarts. I hear they have a really lovely custard tart and an almond tart. Almonds are big over here, so we'll see lots of things with almonds in them. We'll learn all about the local fruits and traditional breads, which I am just a big fan of. I love my bread. After that, we'll head up the coast to the Portuguese Riviera. It's called Costa do Sol, I believe. It's one of the best. We'll stop by one of the best fish markets in the world and see all the locally caught fish. And that's pretty interesting. We'll see a tile factory.
Just that picture there, though, of that we saw. It's like, I mean, the mountains, the coastline, everything. Yes. Now, I'm sorry. You're trying to get through all these different things that I keep stopping you. But yes, we'll go to the tile factory. Yes.
Yeah, and we'll see all the colorful tiles that are made, how they're made. I think that's pretty interesting too. Then the Portuguese tile, they're called azulejo. So there you go. Okay. After that, then we really dive into the Portuguese Riviera. This is where all the nobility of Portugal, a lot of European royalty come. This is where they party. This is their spot. I'm pretty excited.
This is to put it in terms, most of us, this is their Gulf Shores. A lot of people from Houston go to Gulf Shores, or you go to San Marcos, or if you're in Louisville, you go to Panama City Beach. This would be their version of that. Is their Panama City Beach, really, really nice. Yeah.
It's a little nicer than Crystal Beach, probably too. Yeah. We end up at the city of Óbidos, where we will see the Sintra Palace. This is actually the Portuguese king's summer residence. It's no longer used as that. It's now a museum, and you can tour it. It's open to the public. But for many, many years, this is where the Portuguese king came and spent his summers. Not just the king, but the queen, and I guess the whole royal family. It looks big enough to hold them all, I would guess.
All right. I know I'm interrupting you, but a lot of people are, if you have questions here, I just want to put this in. We've had comments and stuff, and I'll try to answer those as we go along, because Deanna's deep in her explanation of things here. But if you have a question about this or a question about the trip to Portugal, just pop it in the comments, and that way we can get back to you without having to wait and see what your question is and maybe miss it or whatever. That way we can get to it even after the broadcast if we need to, whether you're watching this live or you're watching a replay of it. We'll try to answer any questions in the comments. So just leave your comments and we'll get it there. But this palace is just incredible. Yeah.
It's just fantastic. It's just fantastic.
It was so hard to pick a picture to represent it, but I think that one does a good job. So
yeah. So this kind of wraps up the main part of the tour. The group heads back to Lisbon. If you so choose, there is an extension. We fly over to Madeira Island and we spend 5 days on Madeira Island. You tour the small villages there. You get to lay on the beach. You get to enjoy all the fruity beverages. I think that'll be really cool too. So I'm gonna do that. I don't know if you want to do that, honey, but I'm going.
If I don't, I'll just come home early or whatever.
Yeah.
But whatever. I think 5 days laying on Madeira Beach. Yeah, I could probably the beaches in Madeira. I could probably do that. Yeah. So again, we will have the link up and the dates. It's late April, and I know for some of you Kentucky folks, that's Derby time. But again, we wanted to make sure that we got a chance to do this because next year in 2026, we are doing 3 different Lindsey Adventures and 3 very unique Lindsey Adventures. And this is just the first one that we're announcing here for April of next year. Late April, we'll be going. And again, it'll be perfect weather. We looked at some of the different times to go over there, and this time in Portugal, and especially on the island of Madeira, is springtime is just absolutely phenomenal. So we can't wait for that. So,
sunny
all right,
and
now
72 is what we were looking for.
Sunny and 72.
Sunny and 72.
All right. Now it's time to talk about our Snapshot sidecar. This is something we've added to the show this year, and people really like it. You send us snapshots that you've taken on your most recent trip, wherever it is. Even if your most recent trip was going with us to Switzerland last fall, we'd love to see your pictures. But we have people that have been traveling all over. And for a lot of you that traveled with us to Rome once before, also to Iceland, to Netherlands, you'll remember Kay and Paul Spafford. They're in Hawaii, and they're this week's Snapshot sidecar, out enjoying a little golf on a beautiful day. And they sent us a couple of pictures, Deanna, that we got really jealous over. I'm
jealous. I want to go. Let's go to Hawaii next.
Let's go to Hawaii. Maybe that'll be just something that we do, go to Hawaii next February. So they by the way, they go for a few weeks in February and say that the weather there is just spectacular. I mean, look at that picture. Absolutely incredible. And of course, Kay would always top it off with dessert, a little Hawaiian shave ice there.
Hawaiian ice.
Yeah, that's a little better than the one you get out of the truck on the side there. So that's 10-minute travel Tuesday. As we mentioned, we wanted to tell everybody about our first trip of the year for 2026, and that is Portugal. If you have any questions, again, leave them in the comments on the side. And again, you can subscribe to our newsletter, which we only do about 1 or 2 a month. We don't spam you with it. We keep all of the information in-house with us. So please make sure that you sign up for our newsletter, because some of our newsletter group, some of the people that went to Switzerland with us were the first people to see this a few days early. And we've already had 4 people sign up. So it worked out really well. So we're very excited. Portugal in 2026, honey.
Yeah, we're going.
We're going. All right. That wraps it up for tonight. We always like to be respectful of your time. We call it 10-minute Travel Tuesday. Couple of minutes over tonight. But again, that's why we wanted to make sure we get your questions or your comments in the side, or you can message us directly on our Facebook page, and we'll see you there. Now, next week, we're back with more travel tips as we get ready for summertime. We're seeing a little bit of that sunshine left today. So let's get ready for some summertime tips. And we'll talk more about traveling in summer and what you need to look forward to. That's next Tuesday night, 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. Until then, it's 10-minute Travel Tuesday. You all have a good night. Good night, sweetie.
Bye.